by the SAP consultants. So as you can see, I am on the SAP screen now. So this is the screen wherein you need to enter your user ID and the password, and then you can log into the SAP page. Okay, wherein you would be able to access the SAP Easy Access screen and the SAP SPRO screen as well. Now, in my previous classes, I have discussed about the client. So this is the client number which you can see. So here you can mention the client number, right? Depending on the client number, you will end up to uh, the pages. As in, you for the client number, let's suppose for the development system, your client number is 100. So if you enter 100 here, and you will enter the user ID and the password, you will end up to the development page. In the same way, if you would enter the quality client number, you would let's suppose your quality client number is 200. So you will enter 200 here in this client box, and after entering the user ID and the password, you will end up to the quality system. In the same way, if I want to go to the production system, so I would enter the production client number over here, and I will enter my user ID and the password, and I would land up to the production client, right? So this is how you would enter your development client, or the quality client, or the production client, right? So I'm entering my user ID and the password, and I would take you through to the SAP Easy Access screen and the SPRO screen as well, right? Let me just tell you the basic few functionalities in this page. So here you can see new password. So let's suppose if you want to change your password, so here you enter your user ID, and here you enter your password. Let's suppose if you want to change your password, right? So you simply click on new password, and you would be able to get the option to change your password. So as I am entering into the client 500, right? So let me enter the user ID and the password, and let me get into the SAP screen. Okay, so I've entered my user ID and the password, and let's press enter. Okay, so now I am lined up to the SAP Easy Access screen. So here in the bottom you can see these options. So here you can see the system name, so it is ECC, and the client is 500. User ID, you can see here the user ID. It also shows the program name, the transaction, it says session manager, response time, interpretation time, round trips, flushes. So this information you can see about the SAP system on this tab. Okay, you can see it's ECC 6, right? Along with this, you would be able to see the version also, as in enhancement package EHP 7 or EHP 6. So you can see that as well, right? So this is the basically the SAP Easy Access screen. Now let me take you one very important function which is used by the basis consultants mainly. So that is SU01. So T code SU01, if you enter in the command box, and if you simply click enter, so you would land up to this page. So you can see this is the page wherein the basis consultants basically manage the user credentials. So let's suppose here, if I put the user number, I would be able to in this tab you can see these are many tabs are available. So here I would be able to create, I would be able to change, I would be able to display, I would be able to delete, I would be able to copy, I would be able to lock a user ID or unlock. Let's suppose if anybody's user ID has been locked, so if someone has entered their user ID multiple times, and if it has locked, so simply that user ID can be unlocked with the help of this lock and unlock option, right? Next we have the change password option. So let's suppose if somebody is entering a password and he has forgot the password and he want his password to reset, so he can raise a request to the basis consultant that I want to unlock my password, or I want to reset my password, and the basis consultant would land up to this page, and he would lock or unlock, or he would change the password for that particular user, right? So I'm entering a user ID here, and I would enter into that user ID's profile. Okay, so let me simply enter a user ID here. uh, okay, let's suppose I take any of it, and I simply click on display. So here I can see, you can see that this SAP user, right? So here this user ID is alphanumeric. It can be anything. It can be any number, alphanumeric number by name or by any alphabet. It can be there, right? You can see the first name and the last name. So it's basically the user profile. So whatever user ID has been created, that's basically created from this screen, and it contains all the data, all the details of that particular user for which the SAP user ID has been created, right? So you can see all the details over here, the person details and the communication details, then the logon data. So this user ID would only be having the access of this particular ID till 4th June 2020. So this is the validity of this user ID, that that particular user would be able to access the SAP, right, ID. This particular ID, this SAP user would be able to use until this period. Now this is the validity till which the SAP user can access it, right? Now it has the default option wherein these details are mentioned, right? Next it has the parameters option. Now this is also very important role options available here. In this role, it says the SAP profile, right? So in this role, the user has SAP all access. So those who have this access SAP all, so that particular user would have the access of all the T codes in uh, in SAP, right? So normally this profile is access is given to basically the consultants, the support consultants or the basis consultants or the above consultants have these kinds of roles, right? So they would have access to all the T codes. But if any user, let's suppose if I have to give a access to a particular user specific T codes, then I would give him the access of roles. So this access is a profile access, but there are roles under which a few set of T codes are available. Let's suppose if I want to give a particular user, let's suppose access to a 50 T codes. So that 50 T codes, I would assign it under a role, and that role the basis consultant would assign here on this screen to this particular user, so that that particular user would only be having the access to that particular T codes which are assigned into a particular role. Okay, so that is basically the functionality of the basis consultants. But you should be knowing what is SAP profile, what is SAP all, what is role, what is the T codes, right? Because being a consultant, it's very important that you know what is a role, what is profile, access and all. Okay, we would be discussing in details about the T codes as well in the upcoming classes, but as of now let's see an overview about this screen. So this screen basically used by the basis consultants, but as a consultant you should be having knowledge of this screen as well. Okay, so you can see these are the profiles under the profiles section, group, personalization, and there are a lot more details which are available, which is of not our use. Any which ways we are not going to use this page. This is used by the basis consultant. So that this is a basic overview about this screen, and the T code which I said is SU01. SU01. Simply click that, enter this T code in the command box and press enter. You will land up to this page. Okay. So let's go back. Okay. And if I'm in this screen, let me also tell you one more function. Okay. So if you enter forward slash, and if you enter O. So if you press forward slash and O, then you would land up to a new screen. Okay, and if I press enter, you would see it says I'm already in a one session. So it says, do you want me to generate a new session? I would say yes, I want to generate a new session. So what will happen? A new session will generate. See, a new session has generated. So if you as you know that maximum we can access 6 sessions, right? So let's suppose if you are in a page and you want to use another session, so simply click forward slash O, you will end up to a new session. The existing session would remain as it is. So you can see the existing session is as it is. It has not disappeared. It's still there, and a new session has opened, right? So you can see a new session, right? In the same way, again, if you will click slash O, again it will end up to a new session. So maximum you can open 6 sessions, right? So you can see again I have opened one more session. So I have 3 sessions altogether over here. So that was a functionality of forward slash O to open a new session. Let's suppose if you want to do on something on a same page. Let's suppose I'm on this page, right? And I want a new T code to be open in this particular session. So what I would do, I would simply click forward slash N, right? So it would overlap with a new session and it will disappear this page on the same session. So if I click enter, so you would see that has lost, right? That has gone. And let's suppose if, so that has gone. If you see, it's not there, it's no more. So simply let me just tell you again. So you are in this page, and let's suppose if you want to go to a new T code. Let's suppose if I want to go to slash n f dash 32, okay, and if I press enter, hit enter, so see that screen has got gone and this screen is opened in the same session, in the same session. So what it means, it means that you would be able to execute, or you can go to a new T code in that particular session, right? In this same session you can open a new T code, right? If you want to generate a new session, you can simply press slash O, and let's suppose if I go to f.01, it may take it will take me to a new session with that particular T code. That's a very interesting, and I said must to know information. So that's the reason I'm showing this functionality. What is the use of slash n and what is the use of slash o? So it's very important. Many consultants and many users, they don't know this basic functionalities. It's very important for a end user or the consultants to have a good to go knowledge about this functionality. Okay. So next, let me just take you to one more T code, which is SUIM. So if you see, if I just click here, it won't allow me to do anything. So what I will do, either I can open a new session and I can execute that T code in that session, or I can open that T code in this session itself. So either I can go with slash n and I can execute it in the same session, or I would go click O, and then I would be able to land up to a new session. So I'm simply clicking slash n and then the T code SUIM. So it will open a new session, sorry, a new the T code in that same session. Okay, so the T code is basically SUIM, right? Don't get confused. It is SUIM. That is not used by FI consultants. That this is basically used by the basis consultants, right? So simply you need to click on SUIM. Then you can see these are the many options wherein the basis consultants can see who is the user, what all these options has been assigned to him under the user ID, what all roles has been assigned, what all authorizations they have, right? So these are the uh, you know uh, options you can see under this T code SUIM. So you can see it says user information system. So this T code basically works as a functionality where uh, a complete user details detailed information is available. Okay, so see under the profiles there are many options available. So as you won't have this access, this access is basically owned by the basis consultants, but it's good to know information that you should know that what all T codes are being used on a day-to-day basis, where this SAP user details are maintained. Okay, so this is basically the T code wherein the user information is maintained. Okay, so let me take you one more T code. Okay, so Okay, the system does not have that access. Okay, so basically this two T codes which I have shown, which is SU01 and SUIM. So these are basically the very important T codes which are being used by the basis consultants. So I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, you can simply subscribe to my channel and share it. So thank you for watching.